a look at both the schools as we take a look at the skies over Jefferson County Stadium. Doesn't look good for this field, Steve. We've got clouds rolling in from the mountains, and what this field needs least of all at this point is any more rain.
Plenty of sunshine. I was going to say it's overcast here, but certainly a sunny future for the students at both schools. Thanks to Karen Layton for giving us a look at both student bodies. And it is indeed turning into kind of a dismal afternoon here at Jeffco's. We see some of the girls from Jefferson High School on the field still entertaining here at halftime as their team trails 22-0. The Broomfield Eagles are back on the field getting ready to go through their pre-second half warm-ups. And they will try to keep the ball rolling. As you said, Marcia, they wanted to put together some long drives, but they haven't had a chance to because they've had great field position every time.
And as you said, you can't complain about that. You take it as you can get it. So we see the Spartans, here I go. I knew I was going to say that once today. The Saints varsity pom-pom girls coming off the field. Apparently that routine that we just caught the tail end of was an award-winning performance in Edgewater days earlier this fall.
So at the half, it is Broomfield 22, Jefferson nothing. We'll come back with more halftime highlights for you right after this.
There comes a time when the mind is willing, but the body is weak. And for many, a nursing home is the only alternative. I'm News Center 4's medical specialist, Bill Stewart. Uprooting a loved one is a delicate, difficult decision. So starting Monday at 5, I'll look at how you can find the right care at the right cost, and at ways to make the move easier on family members, and how some seniors are making the most of their lives without moving out. If you or someone you love needs a new home away from home, I hope you'll join me Monday at 5 on News Center 4.
It isn't your ordinary, everyday 9-to-5 job. It's more than just dealing with consumer problems. You're involved with the people, and you get involved with their problems. You're part of their lives. You do a lot of stories that really make you feel good inside. That's the whole concept behind Help Center 4.
Tom Martino puts you first, and that makes him second to none. Only where news comes first, News Center 4.
When I hear of a breaking story, I know Channel 4 will be there first with the information that I want to hear and the information I need to know.
I think it's obvious that they're committed to trying to do the best job possible, and it shows.
I think they're a super bunch of people. They're beautiful people, and they do a super job of reporting.
They fit in with Colorado and Denver's lifestyle.
They present the things that the people want to hear in a style that they enjoy, and they're who I turn to first.
The winning team on News Center 4.
This is Channel 4, KCNC Denver, Colorado's news channel.
It is Broomfield 22, the Jefferson Saints nothing here at Jeffco Stadium as we get set to start the second half. The Eagles got on the scoreboard in the first quarter going 53 yards in 7 plays. And the scoring play was a 20-yard Greg Fielder pass to Dave Walters. Now watch, Fielder just drops this ball right in between 2 defenders. Perfectly thrown. Walters spins out of 1 tackle. Norman tried to get him. He could not. Walters into the end zone. That made it 7-0 in the first period. And Broomfield, except for some illegal procedure calls, really moved at will in the first half.
Second half, Broomfield will
Later on in the second quarter, Broomfield would score again. This time they only had to go 16 yards because at the end of the first period, they blocked Mark Padilla's kick. And then Kelly Hall at the beginning of the second quarter, you see him turning it in from 12 yards out. That made it 14-0. And they went for an extra point, but because of the muddy field and the muddy football, the snap was low, and Greg Fielder shows a lot of poise. He ran out of the arms of 3 tacklers, turned around and flipped it to John Baker. So that made it 15, and they now lead 22-0 as we get set to start the second half.
You get the feeling, though, that even though they've had the good field position, have been basically, you know, getting in on short drives, that if Broomfield was given the chance against this Jefferson team, they could certainly put something together, because Fielder is throwing well, his receivers are catching well, and their running game is pretty good on this muddy field as well, as we take a look at the first half stats.
Yeah, Broomfield racking up 149 total yards, although they did have 2 turnovers. 7 penalties really hurt them for 45 yards. Just about all of those were illegal procedure. And you see Jefferson 12 yards rushing. They've yet to complete a pass. And don't take anything away from anybody who can hold on to the football in this mud is doing a good job. So Jefferson really is the team who comes out the worst for the wear because of the weather. They are a throwing football team, and you see just what the mud has done here to the uniform. So it is 22-0 Broomfield leading Jefferson as we get set to start the second half. Today's game is being brought to you in part by O'Meara Ford. And Maritsky kicks it off for Jefferson, and this one will be fielded at the 14-yard line, and that is where it'll be down. Dave Walters did the same thing that one of the Jefferson Saints did in the first half. He put his knee down as he picked up the football. So finally Broomfield will not have ideal field position.
And now they'll get the chance to see if indeed they can put together the long drive.
You saw the replay. His knee was indeed down. So this is a good test for the Eagles to see if they can put the long one together.
Saints cheerleaders on the sidelines, still finding something to smile about.
1st and 10 for Broomfield at their own 14-yard line. Fielder running the option. Gets it outside to Hall, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards, and you see the yellow flags everywhere. Tim Bottleson, number 33, got to him to make the stop.
Hall making a couple of nice moves there on that run, keeping his feet under him on the field.
And again, another penalty pushes him back, this time the clip. And how many times have we seen that so far in the game? Broomfield on 1st and 10 comes up with a penalty. See Kelly Hall off on the sideline. Might have caught his foot in the mud as he was trying to make the cut.
Flipping, offense, still 1st down.
So it is 1st down. They move the ball back half the distance to the goal. It will be 1st down at the 7-yard line. So that makes it about 1st and 17. Fielder again with a fake handoff, trying to go deep down the sideline to Signs. Signs was looking inside, and the ball came outside, so it will be incomplete. Tom Kearns back with good coverage in the secondary. Kearns, one of the 2 cornerbacks for Jefferson. Jefferson runs with a 4-4 defense, 4 linebackers, and they only have 2 cornerbacks and 1 safety. Normally in a defense you'll see 2 safeties and 2 corners, but they have some good speed at linebacker, and they've done a good job. You take a look at number 45, Shane Taggart. The linebackers have done a good job at pass protection. 2nd and 16. Out in the flat to Signs. And Signs makes the catch and then gets about 5 more on his own before Cairns makes the tackle.
And with the Eagles pushed back, you know, into their deepest point in the game, now's the time that the Saints need to come up with some kind of a big play to turn, you know, at least the emotional side of this game around just a little bit.
3rd and 5 for Broomfield. You take a look at it from a lineman's point of view. 5 yards to go for the 1st down. Again, Fielder wants to throw. Running out of the pocket and trying to turn it around, and he will not pick up the 1st down. So give credit to the Jefferson defensive secondary. Fielder had all day to throw, couldn't find anybody open. Finally, the pressure got there. They ran him out of the pocket, and he will not get the 1st down. Bob Haley, the defensive end, and Jim Cork, the defensive tackle, were the men who drove him out of bounds.
So we'll see what kind of punt the Eagles can get off. Perhaps the Saints will get some halfway decent field position and get their offense moving just a bit.
You see the 2 deep men. That is Mark Smith, number 22, and Mike Danuzzi, number 80. And you see some clean jerseys on the line for Broomfield. There is not a clean jersey on that man, number 14, Greg Fielder. A high snap. There's a flag. There's a low punt. It's going to take a Broomfield roll, and it is down by Danuzzi at the 45-yard line. There are a couple of flags back at the line of scrimmage.
I was talking before about the brother connection. You mentioned the high snap there. Tim Fielder, the sophomore, is snapping to Greg Fielder, the senior, and they have had a couple of go-rounds about high snaps so far this season.
Watch again. That ball just kind of floated up there, but give credit to the line of Broomfield. They gave him plenty of time. Fielder got off an end-over-ender that really got a good roll.
Procedure, offense, declined, first down.
So it'll be the Saints' ball, 1st and 10 at the 45 when we come back.
Dad, I've finally decided on a school.
Good. Which one?
Electronic Technical Institute. They have a new video electronics program.
Video electronics?
I'm interested in electronics. And you know how I like fooling around with your video equipment.
But as a career?
Dad, video's big. In 15 months, I can be working in a field that needs technicians and pays great. How about visiting the school with me?
Is tomorrow too soon?
Next on the Love Boat.
I'm Phil Baxter.
This is Deacon Dark.
Look, man, I don't need all those gimmicks. I'm a singer.
You could make it look like an accident.
But they want to murder the captain.
I know what you are up to.
Oh, good. So, what do you want to say?
I regret that I have but one life to give for my captain.
Set sail with the Love Boat, Monday at 3 p.m.
Jefferson Saints with the good field position at their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Right in the middle of the mud is where they will try to get something going offensively. Trevor Maritsky, number 84, coming out wide to the right. And we'll see if they come out throwing. Try to run the ball right up the middle, and they'll get 2 or 3 yards. Hard to tell who has a football. I believe it's Kevin Ritchie, number 21.
He actually used that mud to pick up a couple of extra yards, got down on it, and just kept sliding on through.
Brian Sherwood, the nose guard, number 9, made the tackle. You see Kevin Ritchie. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Hey.
So they come out running the football, as opposed to the first half where they didn't want to do anything but put it in the air. As Nelson Moore split wide to the right. Moore playing both ways now. Padilla flips the pass out to Ritchie over his head. It's incomplete, but again, another flag. And up in the top of your screen, you can see number 20, Padilla, getting up off his back, off the ground. He has taken a lot of shots almost every time he's tried to throw.
The American receiver downfield, Jefferson.
So the Saints miss the completion on the pass, and they also get a penalty.
Padilla taking a lot of shots there in the quarterback position, but he's playing defense as well, and I expect we're going to see a pretty tired